Hey bros, PewDiePie here, and today we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of Finland. Yeah, you heard right, Finland. We're talking about the land of saunas, heavy metal, and some of the weirdest traditions you've ever seen. Trust me, you guys are going to want to grab some Swedish meatballs and lingonberry jam for this one. It's going to be lit. So buckle up, bros, and get ready for some serious laughter as we uncover the 25 funniest and strangest facts about Finland. And hey, while you're at it, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the epicness. Let's do this. All right, first up on our list of Finnish weirdness, we've got the wife-carrying championship. You heard me right, wife-carrying as in chucking your significant other over your shoulder and sprinting like a madman. Apparently, this bizarre tradition started back in the 1800s. Legend has it that a robber named Herkko Rosvo-Saki and his band of merry men used to steal women from neighboring villages by, you guessed it, carrying them away on their backs. Talk about a strange way to meet your soulmate, right? Now, I don't know about you guys, but if my girlfriend tried to sling me over her shoulder like a sack of potatoes, things would get awkward real fast. But hey, different strokes for different folks, right? And who knows, maybe it's a great workout. So how does this whole wife-carrying competition work? Well, it's pretty straightforward. The rules are simple. The dude has to carry his wife or partner, doesn't have to be legally married, thank goodness, through a 253.5 meter obstacle course. Oh, and there are hurdles. And just to keep things interesting, they throw in a water obstacle too, because why not? It wouldn't be a true Finnish competition without a little bit of near-drowning experience, right? The best part, the winner gets their wife's weight in beer. I'm not even kidding. Now that's what I call a prize. I mean, imagine the look on your wife's face when you come home with a mountain of beer. It's a win-win situation. This whole thing begs the question, what's the best carrying technique? Is it the fireman's carry, the piggyback, the Estonian carry, where the wife hangs upside down on the dude's back like a human backpack? Honestly, I'm not sure what the most effective method is, but I'm willing to try them all out with Marcia. Just kidding, or am I? Anyways, the wife-carrying championship sounds like absolute chaos in the best way possible. It's just one of those things that makes you scratch your head and say, only in Finland. All right, moving on from wife-carrying to something a little less strenuous, probably. We've got saunas. Now, saunas are a big deal in Finland, like really big. They're about as common as IKEA furniture over there. Seriously, there are like 3.5 million saunas in Finland, and the population is only about 5.5 million. That means there's practically one sauna for every two people. Talk about being obsessed. But hey, I don't blame them. Saunas are awesome. Imagine this. It's the dead of winter, it's colder than my soul outside, and you're sitting in a cozy wooden room, sweating your butt off with your buddies. Sounds pretty great, right? But here's the thing, Finnish saunas are not for the faint of heart. These bad boys can get seriously hot, like up to 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. That's like 176 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit for you Americans. I'm not going to lie, I'd probably last about 5 seconds in there before I spontaneously combusted, but the Finns, they're built different. They can handle the heat. They're practically superhuman. And get this, after sweating it out in the sauna, they like to jump into freezing cold water, like ice-cold lakes, rivers, even just a cold shower. They say it's good for your circulation, but honestly, it sounds like torture to me. Now, if you're ever invited to a sauna in Finland, there are a few things you need to know. First of all, you gotta be naked. Yep, you heard me right. No swimsuits allowed. Don't worry, it's totally normal in Finland. Second, you gotta be cool with being whipped with birch branches. It's called vasta or vita, and it's supposed to improve circulation and relax your muscles. Honestly, it sounds kinda nice, like a weird Finnish massage. Finally, and most importantly, you gotta be prepared to drink. A lot. Beer, cider, whatever you're into. Just make sure you stay hydrated because you're gonna be sweating buckets. All right, bros, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of moomins. Yeah, you heard me right. Moomins. Imagine a hippo had a baby with a marshmallow, and then that baby decided to wear a permanent look of existential dread. That's a moomin, and honestly, they're way more adorable than my description makes them sound. They're these big white round things with tiny eyes and even tinier smiles, and for some reason, Finland is obsessed with them. I mean, they've got Moomin mugs, Moomin toys, Moomin theme parks. You name it, they've slapped a Moomin on it. It's like Hello Kitty on steroids, but instead of being cute and cuddly, they're just kind of there. But hey, don't take my word for it. The Finns seem to love them, and who am I to judge? Maybe they're onto something I'm not. Maybe there's some deep philosophical meaning behind these Moomin things that I'm just not getting. Or maybe they're just really good at marketing. Whatever the reason, Moomins are a big deal in Finland, and you can't escape them. So next time you're feeling down, just remember, somewhere in Finland there's a giant white hippo marshmallow thing judging you. Just kidding. Or am I? Okay, this one is just wild. Finland, the land of 1,000 lakes and apparently a whole lot of sunshine. I'm talking about the midnight sun, bros, where the sun just says screw sleep and decides to hang out for like ever. During the summer months, the sun literally doesn't set in certain parts of Finland. Can you imagine that? You could be out there at 3 a.m. playing a chill game of frisbee and boom, the sun is still chilling with you. It's like having a permanent spotlight on you, but instead of feeling judged, you just get a wicked tan. I mean, I thought Sweden was bad with its long summer days, but Finland just took it to a whole other level. It's like the sun got lost on its way to set and decided to just hang out in Finland for a while. Now, you'd think that living in a place where the sun never sets would mess with your head, right? Well, the Finns seem to have it all figured out. They've adapted to this bizarre phenomenon like it's nothing. They even have a name for it, the nightless night. How poetic is that? They embrace the sunshine and make the most of it with festivals, outdoor activities, and just generally soaking up all that glorious vitamin D. I mean, can you blame them? If I lived in a place where the sun never set, I'd probably be out there 24/7 too, just basking in its golden rays. Who needs sleep when you have endless sunshine? Speaking of not sleeping, the Finns have this whole Midnight Sun Festival thing going on, and it's as crazy as it sounds. Imagine a music festival that never ends. That's basically what it's like. People from all over the world flock to Finland during the summer solstice to experience this natural phenomenon and party like there's no tomorrow, because technically there isn't, at least not for the sun. They've got music, dancing, bonfires, and enough booze to drown a small country. It's basically a giant all-night rave fueled by sunshine and good vibes. So, if you're ever looking for a truly unique festival experience, you know where to go. Just don't forget your sunglasses, sunscreen, and maybe a sleep mask for when you finally decide to call it a night, if you ever do. Alright, we've all heard of dog sledding, but have you ever heard of reindeer racing? It's a thrilling and unique sport that takes place in the snowy landscapes of Finland. That's right, folks, in Finland they don't just use reindeer to deliver presents, they race them too. This tradition has been around for centuries and is deeply rooted in Finnish culture. It's like horse racing, but with more antlers and a lot more snow. Imagine the excitement of watching these majestic creatures sprint across the icy terrain, and let me tell you, these reindeer are fast. They are trained to be swift and agile, making each race a nail-biting event. They can reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. That's incredibly fast, especially considering the harsh conditions they race in. That's like 1 mile per hour faster than my internet speed when YouTube is being a potato. Can you imagine that kind of speed in the freezing cold? These reindeer are basically the Ferraris of the Arctic Circle, except they run on lichen instead of gasoline. Their diet is specially curated to keep them in peak racing condition, and they take their racing very seriously in Finland. It's not just a casual pastime, it's a competitive sport with a lot of pride on the line. They've got professional reindeer trainers, special reindeer racing tracks, and a whole community dedicated to this unique sport. And even reindeer racing betting. Yes, you can place bets on your favorite reindeer, adding an extra layer of excitement to the races. Now you might be thinking, Pewds, this sounds amazing. I'm going to quit my job and become a professional reindeer racer. And hey, I admire your enthusiasm, but let's be real for a second, it's not as easy as it sounds. And hey, I admire your enthusiasm, but let's be real for a second. Reindeer racing is not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of training, dedication, and a deep understanding of these magnificent animals. Reindeer racing is not for the faint of heart. These animals are strong, stubborn, and they have a mind of their own. Handling them requires skill and patience. These animals are strong, stubborn, and they have a mind of their own. One minute you could be cruising along thinking you're about to win the whole thing. One minute you could be cruising along thinking you're about to win the whole thing, and the next minute your reindeer decides it's had enough and veers off into the wilderness, and the next minute your reindeer decides it's had enough and veers off into the wilderness, leaving you to fend for yourself in the freezing cold. Leaving you to fend for yourself in the freezing cold. It's a challenging and unpredictable sport, to say the least. Plus, let's not forget about the whole freezing cold part. The Arctic Circle is not a place for the faint-hearted. Reindeer racing takes place in the Arctic Circle, where temperatures can drop to -40 degrees Celsius. It's an environment that tests both the reindeer and the racers, where temperatures can drop to -40 degrees Celsius. That's like colder than my ex's heart. You need to be prepared for extreme conditions. That's like colder than my ex's heart. So unless you're a seasoned Arctic explorer with a death wish, I'd stick to watching reindeer racing from the comfort of your own warm home. It's much safer and just as entertaining. But hey, even if you don't have the guts to race reindeer yourself, you can still experience the thrill of this unique sport by attending a reindeer race. The atmosphere is electric and the excitement is contagious. It's a sight to behold, trust me. The sound of hooves pounding on the snow, the cheers of the crowd, the sight of these majestic creatures flying across the finish line. The sound of hooves pounding on the snow, the cheers of the crowd, the sight of these majestic creatures flying across the finish line. The cheers of the crowd, the sight of these majestic creatures flying across the finish line. It's an experience you won't soon forget. The sight of these majestic creatures flying across the finish line. It's an experience you won't soon forget. Plus, where else are you going to see a bunch of grown men and women dressed head to toe in reindeer fur? It's an experience you won't soon forget. Plus, where else are you going to see a bunch of grown men and women dressed head to toe in reindeer fur? It's a sight that adds to the charm and uniqueness of the event. Plus, where else are you going to see a bunch of grown men and women dressed head to toe in reindeer fur? It's like a furry convention, but with more athleticism and less... Well, you know, it's like a furry convention, but with more athleticism and less... Well, you know. So, next time you're planning a trip to Finland, be sure to add reindeer racing to your itinerary. It's a unique experience that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Be sure to add reindeer racing to your itinerary. It's an experience that's sure to be memorable, to say the least. You'll come away with stories to tell and memories to cherish. It's an experience that's sure to be memorable, to say the least. So bundle up, grab some hot cocoa, and get ready for an adventure like no other. All right, bros, get ready to have your minds blown because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of the Finnish language. You know, that mystical language spoken in the land of saunas and heavy metal? Yeah, that one. And let me tell you, Finnish is something else. It's like they took a bunch of random sounds, threw them in a blender with some Viking runes, and out popped this beautiful, complex, and sometimes downright hilarious language. First up, we got to talk about the pronunciation. It's not exactly a walk in the park, especially for us English speakers. I mean, we struggle with squirrel, and they're over here casually spitting out words like sakoistimi standardi. Like, what even is that? Apparently it means electrification standard. Just try saying that 5 times fast. I dare you. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Finnish does have its fair share of funny-sounding words too, like kalsarikanit, which basically means drinking at home alone in your underwear. I mean, who hasn't been there, am I right? They even have a word for it. Or how about poronkusema? Sounds kind of gross, right? Well, it literally translates to reindeer pee. Don't ask me why, but apparently it's a thing. So yeah, Finnish might seem intimidating at first, but trust me, it's a language full of surprises. Just imagine impressing your friends by casually dropping some Finnish slang. You'd be like the coolest kid on the block, or should I say, the coolest kaveri in the lahio. See what I did there? Okay, maybe I need a bit more practice. All right, bros, let's talk about something that'll really make your bones chill. Ice swimming. This isn't just any ordinary swim. It's an experience that will test your limits and invigorate your senses. And no, I'm not talking about taking a dip in your kiddie pool after you forget to put the cover on. That's child's play compared to what we're diving into. I'm talking about full-on, plunging into freezing cold water ice swimming Finnish style. Imagine the shock of the cold water hitting you, the adrenaline rush, and the sheer exhilaration of it all. You see, in Finland, swimming in icy water isn't just some crazy dare or a way to punish yourself for losing a bet. It's a deeply ingrained part of their culture and lifestyle. It's practically a national pastime. People of all ages participate, from young kids to the elderly, showing that it's a tradition that spans generations. They've got these things called avantuinti clubs, which are basically groups of people who enjoy nothing more than stripping down to their skivvies and jumping into water so cold it could freeze your toes off. And the craziest part, they actually enjoy it. It's a social event, a way to bond with friends and family. They say it's invigorating, refreshing, and gives them a natural high. The sense of accomplishment and the endorphin rush are unparalleled. I don't know about you, but the only high I get from cold water is the high-pitched scream I let out when I accidentally step into a cold shower. The shock is real, and it takes a brave soul to embrace it willingly, but hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Some people find joy in the most unexpected places, or should I say different strokes for different ice swimmers. It's a unique community with a shared passion for the cold. So, what possesses these seemingly sane Finns to willingly subject themselves to such frigid temperatures? It's a combination of tradition, health benefits, and the thrill of the challenge. Well, aside from the sheer thrill of it all, they also claim a whole bunch of health benefits. It's not just about the adrenaline, it's about overall well-being. Apparently, taking a dip in ice-cold water can do wonders for your circulation. It's like a natural boost for your cardiovascular system. It's like giving your blood vessels a good old-fashioned workout. The cold shock causes them to constrict, and then when you warm back up, they dilate, which basically means your blood starts pumping like a boss. The cold shock causes them to constrict, and then when you warm back up, they dilate, which basically means your blood starts pumping like a boss. And that's not all. The benefits extend beyond just circulation. Ice swimming is also said to boost your immune system, reduce stress, and even improve your mood. It's like a natural remedy for modern life's pressures, and even improve your mood. The endorphins released during the swim can leave you feeling euphoric and energized. I guess there's something about shocking your body into survival mode that really puts things into perspective. It makes everyday stresses seem trivial in comparison. It's like, oh, you thought that deadline was stressful? Try swimming in ice water for a bit, then we'll talk. It gives you a new outlook on what stress really is. Try swimming in ice water for a bit, then we'll talk. The experience can be a powerful reset for your mind and body. But let's be real, bros, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy on the internet who enjoys talking about weird stuff. Always do your research and take precautions. I'm just a guy on the internet who enjoys talking about weird stuff, so if you're thinking about giving ice swimming a try, maybe consult with a medical professional first. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you're thinking about giving ice swimming a try, maybe consult with a medical professional first. Make sure you're in good health and understand the risks involved. You know, just to make sure your heart doesn't explode from the shock of it all. The cold can be intense, and it's important to know your limits. Safety first and all that jazz. Proper preparation can make the experience more enjoyable and less risky. Still, you got to admire the Finns for their dedication to this chilly tradition. It's a testament to their resilience and love for nature. It takes a special kind of person to embrace the cold like that. Their enthusiasm is contagious, and it might just inspire you to try it yourself. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe it's just the fact that they have a sauna waiting for them when they get out. The warmth of the sauna provides the perfect contrast to the icy plunge, making the whole experience even more rewarding. All right, bros, hold on to your headphones because we're about to crank things up to 11. We're diving headfirst into the electrifying world of heavy metal, and trust me, you won't want to miss a beat. That's right, we're talking about heavy metal music, and specifically Finland's undeniable love affair with all things loud, heavy, and headbanging worthy. This Nordic nation has a unique and intense relationship with the genre that goes beyond mere fandom. You see, Finland isn't just the land of saunas and ice swimming, it's also the heavy metal capital of the world. The serene landscapes and tranquil saunas might suggest a peaceful existence, but beneath the surface, there's a roaring passion for metal. seriously, these guys are obsessed with heavy metal. It's not just a genre of music here, it's a way of life, a cultural phenomenon that permeates every aspect of Finnish society. They've got more heavy metal bands per capita than any other country on the planet. Imagine that, for every 1,000 people there's a metal band ready to rock your socks off. I'm talking like a metal band for every sauna, which is a lot of metal, my friends. And considering Finland has over 3 million saunas, that's saying something. And we're not talking about just any kind of metal here. We're diving into the deep end of the genre, where the riffs are heavier, the drums are louder, and the energy is off the charts. We're talking about the good stuff. Children of Bodom, Nightwish, Hymn, Amorphis, and so many more. These bands have not only defined the Finnish metal scene, but have also left an indelible mark on the global metal community. The list goes on and on. Each band brings its unique flavour to the table, contributing to a rich and diverse metal tapestry that is distinctly Finnish. These bands are legends in the metal world, and they all hail from the frozen north. Their music resonates with fans worldwide, but there's something uniquely Finnish about their sound and spirit. It's like the cold weather and long dark winters just seep into their souls and come out as face-melting riffs and thunderous drums. The harsh climate seems to fuel their creativity, resulting in music that's both powerful and evocative. So what is it about Finland that breeds such a deep-seated love for heavy metal? Is it the landscape, the culture, or something more profound? Well, some say it's the national character. Finns are known for being a bit reserved, stoic even, but there's a fire burning beneath that calm exterior. Finns are known for being a bit reserved, stoic even, but underneath that quiet exterior beats a heart of pure metal. It's a fascinating contrast that makes their passion for metal even more intriguing. Heavy metal gives them an outlet to unleash all that pent-up energy and emotion, to let their inner Viking warrior roar. It's a cathartic experience that allows them to express themselves in ways that everyday life might not permit. Heavy metal gives them an outlet to unleash all that pent-up energy and emotion, to let their inner Viking warrior roar. It's a cathartic experience that allows them to express themselves in ways that everyday life might not permit. Now, Finland's love affair with heavy metal didn't just happen overnight. It's got deep roots, man. This isn't a passing trend. It's a deeply ingrained part of their identity. It's got deep roots, man. Some trace it back to the country's history of being ruled by Vikings, who were pretty metal themselves, if you think about it. Some trace it back to the country's history of being ruled by Vikings, who were pretty metal themselves, if you think about it. These fierce warriors left an indelible mark on Finnish culture, one that resonates in the powerful music of today, who were pretty metal themselves, if you think about it. I mean, they sailed around in longships, pillaged villages, and probably listened to some pretty intense battle hymns while they were at it. I mean, they sailed around in longships, pillaged villages, and probably listened to some pretty intense battle hymns while they were at it. The spirit of the Vikings lives on in the music with its epic themes and powerful narratives. Then there's the whole Finnish mythology thing. They've got epic tales of gods and monsters, heroes and villains, all set against a backdrop of dark forests and frozen wastelands. They've got epic tales of gods and monsters, heroes and villains, all set against a backdrop of dark forests and frozen wastelands. These stories are rich with imagery and emotion, perfect fodder for heavy metal lyrics, all set against a backdrop of dark forests and frozen wastelands. It's like the perfect breeding ground for heavy metal lyrics, and Finnish bands have definitely drawn inspiration from these ancient stories. It's like the perfect breeding ground for heavy metal lyrics, and Finnish bands have definitely drawn inspiration from these ancient stories. The myths and legends provide a rich tapestry of themes and motifs that resonate deeply with metal fans, and Finnish bands have definitely drawn inspiration from these ancient stories. But it's not just history and mythology that have shaped Finland's metal scene, it's also the culture. But it's not just history and mythology that have shaped Finland's metal scene, it's also the culture. Finns are big on community, and heavy metal provides a sense of belonging. A tribe for those who march to the beat of a different drummer, or a double bass pedal, as it were. Finns are big on community, and heavy metal provides a sense of belonging. A tribe for those who march to the beat of a different drummer, or a double bass pedal, as it were. The metal community in Finland is tight-knit and supportive, a family bound by their love for the music. a tribe for those who march to the beat of a different drummer or a double bass pedal, as it were. Metalheads in Finland are everywhere, from small towns to big cities, and they're a tight-knit bunch. Metalheads in Finland are everywhere, from small towns to big cities, and they're a tight-knit bunch. This sense of community is one of the reasons why the metal scene here is so vibrant and enduring, and let's not forget the role of music education in Finland. Music is highly valued in Finnish society, and kids are encouraged to learn instruments and explore different genres from a young age. Music is highly valued in Finnish society, and kids are encouraged to learn instruments and explore different genres from a young age. This early exposure to music helps cultivate a deep appreciation and understanding of the art form, and kids are encouraged to learn instruments and explore different genres from a young age. So it's no surprise that so many talented musicians have emerged from this small Nordic nation. The combination of a strong musical foundation and a passion for metal creates a perfect storm for producing world-class metal bands. But here's the thing about heavy metal in Finland: it's more than just music, it's a way of life. It's about freedom of expression, about embracing your individuality, about headbanging your cares away. It's more than just music, it's a way of life. It's about freedom of expression, about embracing your individuality, about headbanging your cares away. It's a powerful form of self-expression that resonates deeply with fans. It's a way of life. It's about freedom of expression, about embracing your individuality, about headbanging your cares away. And it's something that Finns take seriously. It's about freedom of expression, about embracing your individuality, about headbanging your cares away. And it's something that Finns take seriously. They're passionate about their music and they're not afraid to show it. About headbanging your cares away, and it's something that Finns take seriously. They're passionate about their music and they're not afraid to show it. And it's something that Finns take seriously. They're passionate about their music and they're not afraid to show it. The energy at a Finnish metal concert is palpable, a testament to the deep connection between the fans and the music. They're passionate about their music and they're not afraid to show it. So if you ever find yourself in Finland, do yourself a favor and check out a heavy metal show. You won't be disappointed. So if you ever find yourself in Finland, do yourself a favor and check out a heavy metal show. You won't be disappointed. The experience is unlike anything else, a wild ride through the heart of Finnish culture. Do yourself a favor and check out a heavy metal show. You won't be disappointed. Just be prepared for a wild ride and maybe invest in some earplugs if you value your hearing. Just be prepared for a wild ride and maybe invest in some earplugs if you value your hearing. The decibel levels can be intense, but it's all part of the experience. And maybe invest in some earplugs if you value your hearing. Trust me, it's worth it. The sheer power and energy of the music will leave you exhilarated. Trust me, it's worth it. And who knows, maybe after experiencing the Finnish metal scene firsthand, you'll come back home with a newfound appreciation for the genre. And who knows, maybe after experiencing the Finnish metal scene firsthand, you'll come back home with a newfound appreciation for the genre. Or maybe you'll just have a really bad case of tinnitus. You'll come back home with a newfound appreciation for the genre. Or maybe you'll just have a really bad case of tinnitus. Either way, it'll be an experience you won't soon forget. Or maybe you'll just have a really bad case of tinnitus. Either way, it'll be an experience you won't soon forget. The memories of the music, the energy, and the camaraderie will stay with you long after the ringing in your ears has faded. Either way, it'll be an experience you won't soon forget. Just remember, bros, when it comes to heavy metal, Finland is the real deal. Just remember, bros, when it comes to heavy metal, Finland is the real deal. So crank it up, let your hair down, and embrace the metal madness. Finland is the real deal. So crank it up, let your hair down, and embrace the metal madness. The Finnish metal scene is waiting for you, and it's ready to blow your mind. So crank it up, let your hair down, and embrace the metal madness. The Finnish metal scene is waiting for you, and it's ready to blow your mind. Get ready to rock Finland style. All right, bros, you think you know Christmas? You think you know the big man himself? Well, buckle up, because Finland is about to blow your Christmas stockings off. Forget the North Pole, we're talking Santa Claus Village in Rovaniemi, Finland, baby. This is Santa's crib, his year-round HQ, and trust me, it's lit AF. We're not talking some cheesy mall Santa operation here, brothers. This is the real deal. You can chill with Santa, pet his reindeer, and basically live out your wildest Christmas fantasies. But hold on, there's more. They've got reindeer, and not just any reindeer. These are like the Usain Bolt of reindeer. They've got actual reindeer races. Can you imagine betting on Rudolph to win the Reindeer Grand Prix? The adrenaline, the excitement, the sheer Finnishness of it all. And if reindeer racing isn't your jam, don't worry. You can go full-on Winter Wonderland mode with husky sledding, snowmobiling, ice fishing. It's basically like stepping into a Christmas car, except way more metal and with less grandma's fruitcake. And the best part, you don't even have to wait for December. This Winter Wonderland is open all year round. That's right, bros, Christmas every day. Imagine escaping the summer heat to chill with Santa in his Arctic crib. Talk about a power move. So yeah, forget everything you thought you knew about Christmas. Finland just raised the bar higher than a sugar-crazed elf on Christmas Eve. Santa Claus Village, brothers, you've got to see it to believe it. Okay, so you're thinking about the future, about kicking back, retiring and living your best life. Well, ditch those retirement home brochures, bros, because Finland is calling. Imagine this. Crystal clear lakes, pristine forests, fresh air that's so clean it'll make your lungs sing. Yeah, Finland is basically the ultimate retirement paradise. It's like winning the lottery. But instead of money, you get a lifetime supply of breathtaking scenery and inner peace. And don't even get me started on the healthcare system. It's so good, it's almost criminal. Free healthcare, top-notch hospitals, doctors who actually listen. It's enough to make an American cry. I'm not crying, you're crying. But it's not just about physical health, bros. Finland also cares about your mental well-being. They've got this thing called every man's right, which basically means you can roam freely in nature, even on private property. Talk about stress relief. Imagine just wandering through a forest, breathing in that fresh Finnish air, and letting all your worries melt away. And did I mention the saunas? Because let's be real, no retirement plan is complete without a good sauna session. Finns take their saunas seriously, and trust me, once you've experienced the pure bliss of sweating it out in a traditional Finnish sauna, you'll understand why. Add in the legendary Finnish sisu, this unshakable spirit of resilience and determination, and you've got the recipe for a long, happy and fulfilling retirement. So yeah, when I retire, which is never because YouTube is life, Finland is definitely at the top of my list. Well, there you have it, bros. 25 of the funniest and strangest facts about Finland. Who knew a country with so much snow could be so very interesting, right? If you enjoyed this wild ride through the land of saunas, reindeer and heavy metal, make sure to smash that like button harder than a Viking at a metal concert. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing facts from around the world. Until next time, stay awesome. Peace out.